All right, crew, so I'm doing this screencast in the Humanities Rotunda during conference block on Friday, which you could imagine is a less than ideal set of conditions. But I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to talk to you about the assignment that I'm having you do over the weekend, which is to create questions, stoichiometry problems, with their answers. And this is it's a great way to prepare for a test, but more importantly, it's really a great way to get your mind wrapped around these concepts and really be sure that you understand how to do the stoichiometry. So, a couple of rules in place. The first of which, number one, oh my goodness, I'm writing in white, that does not help. Okay, so number one is that you have to make these out of your own brain, so no plagiarizing. And by that, what I mean is you can't go online, find good stoichiometry problems, copy and paste them. All right? That is illegal. You cannot do that. And understand that there are easy ways for me to search for whether or not your problem exists on the web. So don't try to get away with it. Have to do this. You'll short-circuit the whole process if you don't do this by using your own brain. Number two, you have to have an equation. You have to start with an equation. It doesn't necessarily need to be balanced. You might want to ask the person who's taking your questions to balance the equation before they do it, or maybe predict the products. But ultimately, they have to start off with an equation. Okay? Number three, make sure that you work through the problem backwards. And the reason why this is important is you want to make sure that your answer makes some kind of sense. If it's totally absurd and the numbers are really small or really big, then it's not going to work well as a good problem, especially when we're talking about the limiting reactants problems, because it'll be obvious from the start which one the limiting reactant is if you make the amounts of material vastly different from one another. So you got to make sure that you work backwards through the problems so that the problem is not solvable without actually going through it. This will take a heck of a lot more time than you could ever imagine. You can certainly, I don't expect that you're going to be able to make up equations on your own, so you might need to find equations on the web, but you simply, what I'm saying that you can't do is find whole stoichiometry problems that have already been put together and post those as your own. I also don't want you to find whole stoichiometry problems that have been put together and simply change the numbers here and there. Again, I'm going to be able to find that, so don't take any chances. All right, so you can find equations, but don't find them within a stoichiometry problem because it will be too dangerous for you. All right, hope this helps. Good luck with doing this. Expect it to take longer than you could imagine it taking. Bye.